All right. Trying this again. What's up, witches? Let's see if people find us. Oh, Betty found it. Ginger found it. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just live. I'm not doing the restream with all the stuff. So maybe if it's less stuff, it will be, smoother. So let me know. Let me know. Like this video if you can see me and hear me. Hey, Nisi, what's up? You made it to part 2. We had to get into a different room because things were scratchy. It's way better. Okay. Is it way better for everybody? Like the video and then I'll know. You can give it a thumbs up. I think at the bottom of the screen, 2 people said thumbs up. There's 6 of you. Is everybody's good? That's the best way to let me know. Click the thumbs up. Let me know. Okay, it's good. It's good. We have a winner. Okay, 3 people clicked like. Okay, 5 people clicked like. Okay, like this video, folks. There's 10 of you in here. If 10 of you like it, then that lets me know that everybody's on the same wavelength and all looks good. Okay, Lauren's lighting incense. I need to relight some incense too. We have to refresh. We have to restart. We have to start over. Okay, everybody. Okay. Whew. Much better, much better, much better. Thank you. I'm in my pajamas. I am still in my pajamas. These pants are too short, so they have become pajamas. Where's my lighter? Hello, lighter. Didn't I just have it? If you want an herb bundle that smokes really easily and burns for a while, skip the sage, okay? Make yourself a rosemary bundle. I make these myself. I grab myself, all of myself. I grab a bunch of rosemary at the grocery store, wash it good, try to get organic when I can, and then I hang them up to dry and bundle them up. And rosemary dries out and it becomes so incendiary. And so it will catch on fire really easily and burn for a really long time when it's nice and dry. And I find it is so much nicer than sage because sage will stop burning after just like a little bit. Rosemary will keep going. Yes. Always nay, do I teach tarot? I sure do. Head over to bronxwitch.com/online and join the online portal that drops today. You're going to see a preview of a foundational tarot class that is coming to our online portal. Check it out. Okay, we're back on track, right? All right, let's do this again. We are checking out before we get into the readings, we are doing a really quick unboxing of this box of goodies from Sophie St. Thomas, author of BetterWitch and Running Press. Okay. And we read the intro. It said, "Hi, Allie. Thanks for supporting, blah, blah, blah." Okay. Now we have the book. I was talking about Running Press's books and how they do hardcover and how I think that is so nice. Their books are so, so pretty. It's really amazing. So this book is basically a deep dive into how to work with cannabis, both for magic and wellness. So if he does have another book on cannabis that is oriented and focused around self-care, and this brings in more of the magical crafting, witchcrafting element. So I'm very excited to get into it. It's the perfect thing to get as a gift on 420. I might crack it open tonight. All right, the Essential Guide to Cannabis for Magic and Wellness. Shout out to Sophie. Congratulations on the book. So the book is in the box, obvi. Now let's see what the goodies are, okay? You didn't miss anything. You're drinking rosemary right now? Awesome. Okay, let's see. Oh, I don't know where to start. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna save the big thing for last. Let's start with this. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Okay, we've got a hat. Okay, shout out to the hat. Let's see if it says anything. It's called a waffle beanie, provided by Grown, G-R-O-N. Happy 420. I can't believe YouTube blocked that. G-R-O-N on Instagram at Eat G-R-O-N. Eat Grown. Eat Grown. Eat Grown. Eat Grown. Okay. Beanie. Love the color. Love the color. Love this orange color. This is dope. Yes. She's cute. I'm feeling it. Okay. Can't go wrong with a beanie. Very comfortable. Great quality. Way better than anything I would knit. So yes, she's cute. I love the color. She's perfect for fall. Okay. We got a hat. So cute on me. Thank you. I love it. And I needed a hat. So that is great. Wonderful. Nothing like getting some merch. Okay, because then you don't have to go shopping. Because I definitely need a winter beanie. I went all this winter without it, which was fine because in New York it wasn't that cold this year, but ooh, I wanted to carry these in the shop. You guys let me know, like, do you like fancy matchsticks? We've got fancy matchsticks, green tipped matches. Does it have a striker on the bottom? It does. Let's see what she's giving. Because I was just saying I can't find my lighter. Ooh, they're tiny little ones. Very nice. The matches are matching. Okay. I love fire. Yes. Same. Leo. Hello. Okay, so we have the matches. This is incense and matches to help get you in the witchy spirit. Okay, so that's the matches. I don't know where the incense is. It'll probably come along somewhere. There's so much in here. But we got some incense. We've got an ashtray from Brano. Very nice. Can't go wrong with an ashtray. Okay, an ashtray and rolling papers by Verano. Okay, we'll probably find those in a little bit. But shout out. Nice, right? Yeah, I'm all about fire. If I'm not lighting it on fire, it's not really happening. Okay, what are these? Okay, these are pins. This is from Kiva. Okay, we've got a bunch of stuff from Kiva. We've got pins, socks, sunglasses, a coloring book, dream journal. Okay, wow. Okay, all from this brand Kiva. Okay, and Kiva is on Instagram at Made by Kiva, M-A-D-E by K-I-V-A, Made by Kiva for Lost Farm. Okay, these are some pins. I love pins. I have a whole bag. from, what is it, from Badmouth Bruja. I have a whole bag from Badmouth Bruja with a bunch of pins. So those are going to go on that bag. Okay, so we got pins. We've got a dream journal, which I actually could use another one of. Okay, she's cute. This is specifically a dream journal, which is nice because I have a notebook by my bed and it's not for dreams specifically. So you can put down the time of day, the date, what type of a dream it was, what happened, your interpretation. You can write down any symbols and what you think they mean in there. That's really handy. I like that the pages are already made because I just use a blank notebook and I write the same info, so that's awesome. Cooking with Kiva is their cooking book, cannabis-infused recipes for every season. Ooh. They have a cannabis-infused Pop-Tart. I guess I have to call them toaster tarts, but I can't say Pop-Tart. What? Cannabis-infused mole sauce, barbecue sauce, cannabis-infused ice pops. I bet that would be yummy. Nice. Okay, awesome. This is wonderful because I have an infuser, so I am able to infuse oils with cannabis and then cook with them. So now I have some recipes, okay? Because I have the infuser to make cannabis oil for myself, but I usually use it for shop oils. Ooh, okay, let's see what's next. Let's try to get all the Kiva stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is a joke. Okay, so we've got some more pins. Some more pins from Kiva. Ooh, this one's cute. It's a little skull with a little cannabis leaf coming out of his head. Pothead, get it? Okay, more pins. Ooh, this is that canna drink, this CBD drink that I've been seeing everywhere. Okay, I don't think there's a drink in here. Maybe there is. Okay, fuck your hangovers, drink your cannabis. Okay, let's see. More Kiva. Ooh, okay, this is a Kiva coloring book. How nice. Oh, this is going to be a gift. I know how I'm going to gift this to. Whenever I get a coloring book, I send it to my best friend who is incarcerated. I like sending him things like this to pass the time. But these are really intricate. This is really cool. Coloring book. We have a coloring book at the shop designed by our shop witch Alexis, who also designed the Healer's Logbook, which is a journal for healers to keep track of their appointments. Isn't this nice? Okay, that's going to be a gift. Shout out to Kiva for the coloring book. You are never too old for a coloring book is what I am learning. All right, let's see what other Kiva stuff is in here. Ooh, okay, stickers. Ooh, these are nice stickers. Look at that. I'm going to use these to decorate my cannabis box. I have a bamboo storage box that also is like a rolling tray and everything. It's a cool box from Woodcraft or something like that. But it hasn't been decorated, and I feel like a stoner box has to have decorations and stickers and patches and stuff. So those are gonna go on that. So those are the stickers. What else is in the fill? This fill paper is so pretty. Okay. Very Nolans. All right, we've got some shades. Can't go wrong with those because I have one pair of expensive shades and I'm always worried I'm going to lose them. So it's good to have a pair of BBs that you don't mind. Okay, this goes good with the hat. Color-wise, orange and green. Okay, I like it. Cute sunglasses. Thank you. Thank you, Kiva, for the sunglasses. All right, let's see what else. Okay, this is the brand for the hat, Beautifully delicious cannabis-infused edibles. With THC or CBD. Did they have some samples? I want to try these. They look really good. Grown pearls. I'm not much for edibles, but they look really pretty. And that's really cool. Sour apple, blue raspberry, pina colada. They have mega pearls that are 5 times larger than their other pearls. Woo. Nice. Okay. Those look very good. Love it. Love it. Okay. Anything else from Kiva? Ooh. Oh, here's the incense. Found it. Oak essence. Boho escape. Instant Hawaiian retreat to witness the amalgamation of the sun and the seas. These incense sticks are a relaxing aroma that will appeal to your olfactory senses. Okay, we have to try. It's coconut and mango. Okay. We've got matches, so they hooked us up with everything we need. Oh, whoa, I can smell the mango. Wow. Okay, let's see if it smells like that when it's lit. Oh, yeah. That is nice. My incense is usually, it's a lot of resins and stuff like that. I don't light a lot of incense for the smell. So that's nice. It usually smells more like a church in here. It's not very like light and fluffy. That is nice. Very nice. Okay, awesome. I've got her in my Rosemary's helping hold her up. Okay. Love it. Love it. Smells delicious. Next, let's see. Should we open the big box from Kiva? Let's open the big box. We've been doing all of the Kiva stuff. Okay, 4 sock pair collection. Take your journey into your own hands, and in this case, on your own feet with Camino gummies. Camino uses custom combinations of THC, CBD, CBN, terpenes to create a highly tailored edible experience that's uniquely transporting. Everything about Camino, from the gummy shape, color, and effects to the illustrations, events, and conversations built around it, is meant to capture the distinct sensations of an enchanted landscape and immerse you in that inspiring experience. Okay, so they make edibles, and then they also have socks. Whoa. Cool. They're like long socks. Okay. I'm going to have to get into the graphic sock look. These are really cool. Huh? Oh no, I hope it's not messing up again. Audio is lagging. Oh, I definitely don't know now. It has to just be like the internet somehow around here. We're right by the internet box, but it might be a network thing. Hey, Coco Maloney. I think it was just a blip. Hopefully, yeah, the internet might be a little shaky. I'm like on Wi-Fi. Usually we're really good here, but check that out. Okay. Ooh, I like this color palette the best. It's like more green. Aren't they pretty? Aren't they pretty? Yeah. Well, thank you for the help, to Lovely. Yeah, because I don't want to start it over. These are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yay, girls got socks. I don't have to go sock shopping. Yay. Those are cool. I love it. I like I feel like I'm getting ready for the fall because I've got a beanie, I've got long socks. Like, I'm not gonna have to go shopping when the weather gets cool again. Okay, a couple more things. A few more things in here. Can you believe this box? This is incredible. Okay, let's look at this, which looks like a tote. Yeah, this is a tote bag and discount card provided by Can. Okay, that's what that card was from Can. That was a discount code. And then we've got a tote bag. Take me to a party. Yes. How cute. I love the handle. Soft cotton handle. Spacious, nice, roomy. These are perfect. In New York, they banned plastic bags in grocery stores. So you are supposed to bring your own tote bags now these days or pay for one. And so I keep a soft tote bag that I can fold up in like every one of my bags because I never know when I might pop into the grocery store and it's so annoying to be like, I want to buy these 3 things and they won't give you a bag. So I can never have enough soft tote bags. Very cute. Very cute cannabis tote bag from Can, C-A-N-N. All right, we've got a couple more things here. What is this? Flora and Bast. Ooh, Here and Now Mindfulness Enhancing Gummies from Flora and Bast. Let's see. Ooh. Oh my God, there's 2 layers of them. Layer. And the bottom layer. Some of them fell out of their little square. 2 layers. How generous. Oh my. Is there any information here before I put these in my face? Cannabis works its magic by regulating the endocannabinoid system, a key player in helping the human body establish and maintain balance, setting you up to achieve optimal overall health. The plant's adaptogenic effects help regulate the body's response to external stressors, resulting in overall balance for increased well-being. You ain't got to tell me twice. Each gummy is packed with 30 milligrams of mindfulness CBG, the mother cannabinoid, which creates an uplifted and euphoric state of consciousness, optimizing present state awareness, and therefore the therapeutic value of physical, mental, and emotional health promoting activities, including but not limited to yoga, meditation, breathwork, and psychotherapy. Take 1 to 3 gummies 40 minutes prior to intentional activity. Okay, we're about to do tarot reading, so I'm going to have one. Shall we? They definitely taste good. Yummy. Oh man, I want to eat another one. They're really good. I'm not gonna do that because it's our first time. Okay, it's our first time trying out this brand. I don't really do gummies, like I said. So it's CBG though. My body responds really well to CBD and CBN. So I have good high hopes for CBG. So we shall see. Okay, definitely very good. And that company is called Flora and Bast. And that's a lot of gummies in one box. That is cool. Really good. Mango flavor or something? Yes, yes, I'm aware. Okay, and then it looks like we've got some more gummies. sleep support gummies provided by Be Great, and custom Weed Witch Tropical Haze CBD infused fruit slabs provided by Fruit Slabs. Okay, so these are the sleep support gummies. They're by a company called Be Great. It says Be Great in bed even when you're alone. And this is support for occasional sleeplessness, which is wonderful. So I'm going to hold on to these for nights when I'm having a hard time sleeping. That usually happens to me around the full moon. That's usually why I smoke cannabis around the full moon, because it will help me to sleep. But this will be a good alternative for me to have. And then this is Weed Witch customized. So it's got a specific sticker for the Weed Witch launch. It's 100 milligrams of CBD, broad spectrum, and they're infused fruit strips. They're real fruit, vegan, CBD infused, no sugar added, and gluten-free. And this flavor is mango, because the ingredients are mango puree, organic shelled hemp seeds, organic tropical punch flavor concentrate, and cannabinoid oil from hemp. I love that those are the only ingredients. Okay, awesome. So I will probably enjoy these tonight with the Shop Witches. After we launch the portal, we all deserve a little love and support. So we will probably enjoy those together. But I think that's everything, guys. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Running Press. This box is amazing. So much stuff. So many goodies. I'm excited. I didn't even, get to fully get into all the pins and all the stickers. So I'm going to be playing with those maybe this weekend. I love my hat. Oh my gosh. This hat is everything. And I am so grateful for my copy of Weed Witch. Go get yours, guys. I'm getting set up with Running Press, so you should see this book in the shop sooner rather than later. Okay, so you can definitely go and grab it now. I'm sure it's on Amazon, but it will also be in the shop. Yay. Okay, matches. Paper. All right, I think that is everything for the box. Box are back up. Thank you again, Running Press. Thank you again, Sophie. Amazing. Oh my goodness. Amazing. All right. Who wants to do some readings? The moment you've all been waiting for. The jar of ocean water that you gave, Valentonia. Thank you so much. All of the beautiful ocean things that you gave went to Grecia Ordonez, who is a priestess of Yemaya. I felt very strongly that those items were for her, and she received them. She placed on the altar that she created the night of before Witches and Wine. We had a misa, and then she took them with her. So thank you so much. They went to the perfect home. Gluten-free? Oh, yeah, gluten-free, it said. CBG is also great for GI health and hormonal regulation. Thank you for that info. Thank you for that info, June. Hey, guys. All right, so if you are just coming into the building, welcome. I am Allie, aka BronxWitch. This is live zodiac tarot reading for this new moon in Aries, our second new moon in Aries, also a solar eclipse. We come together every new moon and every full moon to pull cards for each of the zodiac. Every new moon and every full moon to pull cards for each of the zodiac signs. So I encourage you to ask yourself what your sun, moon, and rising signs are, and listen to the messages for each of those to put them together to have a more complete picture of how this moon phase might impact you specifically. You can also get a private reading with me so that we can dive deep into your situation. Perhaps you have questions, situations going on in your life where you need clarity. You can book a private reading with me and come and meet with me in person at my shop here in the Bronx, BronxWitch HQ, or you can have a virtual reading if you're not able to get to the city. All of that is on bronxwitch.com. You can give a super chat on this video if any of the messages resonate with you. That's a great way to let me know that they resonate. It's a great way to support these videos and make sure I'm able to continue to bring them to you and to make them completely public to everybody. So if the messages resonate, do leave a super chat. You can also leave a super thanks. If you're watching this video on a replay, you can say thank you with the super thanks. And if you're looking for more ways to connect with me or to connect with my shop, everything is at bronxwitch.com, including the new online portal and the new Covet community over at bronxwitch.com. So, yeah. So I felt called to pull the new deck that I have gotten from the shop. Actually, we have used decks that people donate that we love and re-shrink wrap and count and clear and all of that good stuff. And one of the decks that was donated is called Personal Power by Deja Druitt. And I've been really loving it. And it was calling to me today. So we will be pulling it as, it's an oracle deck. We'll be pulling it as our oracle card. And then I will pull some cards from my usual when I'm at home, the Mahogany Tarot. This bracelet is made by a indigenous jewelry maker named Fufuchas Kelly. And I am not quite sure if she made it to honor Santa Marta, but that is what called to me when I saw it on display at Witches Fest last year. I was at her table and I saw this and I had to have it. So I tend to wear it when I am thinking really heavily or connecting really strongly with Santa Marta, often on Tuesdays. That's her sacred day, but sometimes other things are going on in my life and I need a little of her energy. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Yeah, Fufuchas Kelly. She's on Instagram. Fofuchas. Fufuchas Kelly. Okay. So, new moon in Aries. The new moon in Aries happened early this morning at like 12 or something in the wee hours of the morning. Why it's exciting for me is because it is a second new moon in Aries. This does not happen very often. Typically, the new moon lines up with the sign that the sun is in at the time that the new moon occurs. So if we are in Capricorn season and the sun's in Capricorn, then the new moon that occurs during that time will typically be in Capricorn. So that made sense with our last new moon on March 21st, which was in the sign of Aries, as we had just entered into Aries season. But this time, today, we had something kind of weird happen. We had the new moon reach its peak while the sun was still in Aries. It had not fully moved into Taurus. And so we have this second new moon in Aries. And for me, this has just been like a double whammy of energy to restart and restructure. The new moon, we always talk about how beneficial it is for new beginnings, for setting new intentions, for starting over. The dark of the moon is a great time for letting go and decluttering. And then the new moon, that little sliver of crescent light, is our indication that we're ready to start over. We're ready to plant a new seed. And then Aries, for me, is a fire sign. I think of the Knight of Wands. I think of the Emperor in the tarot deck. And so Aries season to me is the start of the new year energetically and astrologically. It's a lot of let's move forward type of energy. It's a lot of it doesn't matter what the year is going to bring. It doesn't matter where we're going to end up. The goal is progress. The goal is action. The goal is moving forward. There's like no stagnation with Aries energy. So I love this energy for starting over and setting new intentions. So it lining up with the new moon, to me, that's just like wonderful. And so to have the two new moons in Aries together, it's kind of like the universe has given us a super big leg up, a super big handout. Like a new moon phase usually is, just a few days, and then we start moving into growing into the full moon. This feels like we've been given like a whole 30 days to start over, a whole 30 days to start fresh, a whole 30 days to get out of the stagnation that we might have been feeling in February and March and really get going on what we want this year to look like. We also have a solar eclipse happening. And eclipses for me are times to completely detach and unplug. So I don't do any type of magic making or anything like that during an eclipse. I equate eclipses to like taking the plug out of a radio. For that moment, there's no energy flowing, so we can't really do anything. And then when we plug back in, we're going to get a surge of energy that's going to restart everything. So the energy of restarting, starting over, starting new things is very, very heavy with us astrologically. I would definitely, take advantage of it. And I'm not an astrologer, like I say, so I like to follow astrologers and get their insights and their takes on what these transits might mean to me. And one of the messages that I saw a few of the astrologers talking about is how the eclipses that we're experiencing, we have one today, and then we have the next one, which will be a lunar eclipse in Libra. When we hit the full moon, what do these eclipses mean for us? And what the astrologers are saying about these two eclipses together, coupled with this new moon in Aries energy, that this is an opportunity to look at the ways in which you are self-sufficient and you support yourself. What relationships or situations are creating codependency, inhibiting your ability to be independent and stand on your own 2 feet. The emperor stands on his own 2 feet, doesn't rely on other people, creates things themselves. And so the energy of these eclipses and this new moon in Aries is saying it's time to start over as an independent being. And especially when we get to the next eclipse, which is going to be in Libra, all about relationships, you might be reevaluating the relationships in your life and asking yourself, do you have codependent relationships? Do you really care for people, or are you just comfortable relying on them? Do they just make it easy for you to have a relationship with them because they provide you with certain things? Are there areas in your life where you have like maybe given up your own independence or forgotten how to really support yourself? And so this time is was following Luz Astral, and she was saying that this is a time of I got me. We're figuring out, how do I got me? I don't need others. I don't need to rely on other people. I don't need to be dependent on other people. I got me. And this period of the next couple of weeks is going to be us really growing and stepping into that. Okay. So that's what the astrology of the current moon phase feels like to me. We also have a retrograde. Mercury just went retrograde, so I always like to say that for me, the retrogrades are not real, but they are real. They're not real in the sense that obviously the planet is not in fact moving backwards, but they are real because they're such a big part of the human consciousness now that you can't avoid it. So do technologically weird things happen at the retrograde because of Mercury or because of us? I don't know which one it is. Either way, I know it happens. So be mindful of that. You might have some bumps in the road technologically or just in areas where communication is necessary. So you might want to take your time and really craft your words carefully, not rush into any heated arguments or really big agreements. You might want to double check contracts and things like that 2 or 3 times. Rotate your tires and check your car before you take any long trips. Just be cautious in committing to anything that feels like it's based in communication or travel, moving from place to place or getting your point across. There may be some difficulty with really having those things go smoothly. So just take your time with them. Don't panic, but take your time with them, because I do think that the energy does affect us, whether it's a real phenomenon or not. And it may affect you. I find that some retrogrades affect me more than others. Some retrogrades will be like super techy for me. Like every device will be like fucking up. It'll be all problems, blah, blah, blah. Some retrogrades will not be like that at all. I will not have a single problem with the device. Everything will be absolutely fine, but all of my travel plans will be delayed and messed up, or whatever. So each retrograde is different. Check in with yourself, pay attention, see the patterns, keep journals, keep records of it. and see how it impacts you, because you might be like my shop. You might be born during Mercury retrograde, and so retrogrades might be amazing times of like abundance and rest and level ups for you. So don't assume that other people's experiences with the transit is going to be yours. It's good to check in and see how these things impact you. Yes, feel out the energy for yourselves. Right? I do not tune myself into what is happening with the moon because other people do. I tune myself into what's happening with the moon because as a bartender, I noticed that on my shifts on full moons, shit would go crazy. I would feel like crap. I would feel super emotional. Everybody would be acting weird, and weird shit would just happen to the point where the staff, who are not spiritual, not magical, would be talking about, oh my God, the full moon. Oh my God, the full moon. So it was a real phenomenon that everybody was experiencing. And I started paying attention to it. And about like 10, 12 years ago, I started wearing a big piece of moonstone whenever the moon was full. More grounded. I felt more aware. My emotions weren't so out of my control. And I was able to notice the changes around me and be prepared for them. So your personal connection to these things is all that matters. Everybody and their mom can tell you, oh my God, the retrograde means that your car is going to break down. Da, 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 da. If for you retrogrades mean somehow you get 57 miles to the gallon, then that's what it means for you. And that's way more important than how the energy affects other people. So keeping track is how you're going to figure out if that's happening. All right, folks, let us get into it. We are so behind today, but I'm so grateful because Shop Witch Chelsea is opening for us at the shop. So I will be able to run over there whenever we are done. But we're going to get into it now. We're going to be pulling cards for each of the zodiac signs. I encourage you to receive the message for your sun, moon, and rising sign and put them together to get your full message. But if you need something more specific to you, you're going through something in your life and you feel like you need some guidance or clarity, you can always book a private reading with me. All of the links are in the description box. BronxWitch.com is the easiest way to find me. And if any of these messages resonate with you, I do ask that you thank me, thank the spirits that are bringing the messages forward with a super chat, or if you're watching this on a replay, a super thanks. So I'm just going to take a quick moment to give honor and thanks to our guides, guardians, angels, ancestors, and spirits that are with us. Ask them to come forward and deliver the messages that they have been already trying to get to us, but we just may not have been receiving. I pray that everybody in this space is open to receive these messages and that they are guiding and high vibrational. So noted. All right, let's start off with an oracle message for everybody from the Personal Power Oracle deck for this second new moon in Aries. Okay, literally what I just said. Our message is, I am open to receive. Number 24. Right? Yes. Card number 24. I am open to receive. See that? I am open to receive. And it's so funny because that's literally what I just said at the end of the prayer, that I pray that everybody is open to receive. I feel like there's another layer in this message, which is like, it's one of those things where it goes without saying, that saying, it goes without saying. So like, I am open to receive should go without saying, because here you are ready for a message, ready for a tarot reading, what have you. But this feels like Spirit is trying to actually emphasize that point. So it feels like some of the messages that come up today might be messages that you have not been open to receive up until now, that you maybe haven't wanted to face or wanted to accept. And this is saying, be open to hearing those messages, being open to the truth, being open to reality, and don't close yourself off to what you hear because it's not what you want to hear, or it's not you know, the easy way out or the easy answer. Let's stay open and receive these messages no matter how hard they are to receive them. Okay. I am open to receive. Leave that here. So where should I put that? I'm gonna put it somewhere you can see it. Oh, look at that. Okay. All right. So I think, where should we start? I think I'm going to start with Libra this time. I usually start with Aries or end with Aries, but I think this time we are going to start with Libra and go from there. All right. Libra's in the building. If you are Sun, Moon, or Rising Libra, are you in the building? Any Libras here? If so, this message is for you, Libra. Libra Moon in the building. Okay, Libra, what is your new moon in Aries message? Sabrina's a Libra. All right, Libra. Libra, we have the Seven of Swords, okay? So, for you, Libra, being an air sign, changing directions, changing your mind about things happens quite frequently for you. This one seems kind of important because it feels like there's maybe some division of property, ideas, even things that need to be worked out. I almost feel like you might need to um, not negotiate necessarily, but there is a situation where you might need to discuss what belongs to you and what belongs to somebody else, what gets to stay and what has to go, what should go with you and what should you leave behind. You might be changing physical locations, you might be thinking about a career change or a shift of some kind. And the question for you right now is, what gets to go and what do I leave behind? And there's like an element of rightness about this too. Libra with her sword of justice. If you might be sort of asking yourself, like, what's just and what's right. Certain things belong to you and they're supposed to belong to you, and it maybe sort of feels like you might have to actually like steal your own things. It's like, this is mine, I shouldn't have to fight to take this with me or anything like that. But with Mercury being in retrograde, having conversations about that and negotiating that might not be the best move. The Seven of Swords is coming in to say you might need to just go and not have a conversation about it. Pick up your stuff and move, take your ideas and go, and leave behind what needs to be left behind and make your peace with it and move on about your business. If you were hoping to have a conversation, a negotiation, or get other people to be on your side, it doesn't feel like that's happening. So for you, the message that you need to be open to receive is they're not here for the conversation. Gather yourself, gather your things, gather your ideas, and get out of Dodge whenever you can, and everybody else will figure it out. Okay? All right, Libra. Thank you. Scorpio. All right, Mercury retrograde might be very helpful. I like retrogrades because they are they're opportunities. So Libra, you might be revisiting the situation. You might have things that are owed to you, so you might be reassessing payment. I feel like retrogrades are a good time to go back and get things that are owed to you, money that is owed to you, things that need to be revisited, because the retrograde kind of takes us into that space of going back anyway. Scorpio. New moon in Aries, message for my Scorpio. Scorpio, we have Judgment. Yeah, Scorpio, there is a tendency on your part to kind of keep things quiet. Whether there are things about yourself that you just don't feel like divulging or sharing with people, or whether or not it's other people's activities or behaviors that you tend to not say anything about because, um, you just sort of you just don't. You either keep your thoughts to yourself or you feel like it won't make a difference or you feel like it's not worth being said. That is very much changing for you right now. And it is time for you to say something. So if you've been going through a situation where you're wondering whether or not it's time to say something, I'm very much feeling the throat chakra activation, very much focused in on this horn here and letting people know what's going on, telling people what is happening. Whistleblowing is a word that's coming through, so this might be relevant to your workplace. There may be some inappropriate behavior, sexual harassment, racism, things of that nature that you feel needs to be called out, that people need to be called out on. And Spirit is saying, yes, go right ahead and do that during this time, which is very interesting with Mercury in retrograde, because it's like, oh, do we want to have conversations? But for you, Scorpio, yes. This is saying now is the time. You are very much protected. I'm focusing in on that equal arm cross. So if you're worried about any backlash, you're worried about fallout from what it is that you have to say, Spirit is saying you are protected and people are going to listen. The right ears are going to pay attention and they're going to be grateful for this information. You might even be rewarded or praised for being the whistleblower or calling people out. So now is the time to do it. I wouldn't wait, much longer beyond now. I would go ahead and take advantage of the energy being in your favor to say something. The Oracle deck is called the Personal Power Deck by Deja Druitt. Yeah, if anyone's able to pop it in the chat. Thank you so much, Sabrina. I'm glad that message resonated. Okay, moving on to Sagittarius. Mm-hmm. Okay, Sagittarius. It feels like you are in the middle of some really deep personal explorations right now. This feels very, this is not small, everyday stuff. This is more of big transformations. I think you're really asking yourself the question of, who am I? When people talk about their inner child, they talk about their higher selves. I think there's a part of you right now that wonders like what that is. Like, is that a real part of me? How do I interact with that part of me? How do I get to know that part of me? That seems to be a real question for you right now. And that's not a bad thing at all. It's just that it's personal exploration that for the moment can be a little bit confusing or a little bit unclear. It's kind of like you've got like at the tip of your finger, but you're not fully sure. So you're asking those deeper questions of like who you are, and you're exploring that right now. And this new moon phase might be a really good time for you to do that because there's all of this energy of starting over. So if you are reevaluating who you are and realizing that maybe how you've carried yourself or how you've perceived yourself up until now isn't really even accurate, that actually how you've carried yourself isn't really who you are. You might be somebody that previously you didn't want to accept or admit that you are. Okay, so this is like a part of like that shadow work stuff that people talk about, looking at the part of yourselves that maybe you try to repress or that you try to hide, or that you think are not good because society or somebody has told you that those parts of you are not good. This is the process of accepting that those parts of you are parts of you, and that good and bad are really societal constructs. How can something that is a part of you be bad? It just is. The question is, what do you do with it? How do you operate within it? What level of control does it have over your life? And I think you're really on a journey of discovering that for yourself. Two cards popped out while I was shuffling for you. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. And it feels like you might be doing a little bit of avoiding, perhaps a little bit of procrastination, a little bit, in the sense that it feels like you are using maybe work or projects that you are working on to kind of not really look at the other options that you have out there. Okay. And that's a choice. That's up to you. Your work product is successful. Your work is something that you care about and that is doing well for you. But it feels like there might be some aspects of yourself, and here we have the shadow figure, that you're maybe not entertaining. And work might be a part of it. You might be, trying to do the professional thing, trying to make sure that you always have the coins, you always have money, you always are financially stable and secure. But it feels like there might be a part of you that you're not letting really out. There's a part of you that maybe wants to do something that's very alternative. Maybe you want to explore something that's very out of the ordinary. Maybe you're contemplating changing your careers to something that is more nonprofit or volunteer work or whatever. And it's not a guaranteed coin. You feel like it's more in alignment with who you truly are. You very much have been working, focusing on accomplishing something, but maybe not giving as much thought to like whether or not the work that you do is actually reflective of who you are as a person. You're very much going on that journey right now. I think really the only thing that you can do is to embrace it and be open to receiving it. If you've been living a buttoned up Ivy League, golf club life, and the truth of the matter is on the inside, you're really an emo punk rocker that just never gets to be that. You might be realizing that about yourself now and asking the question like, can I really be myself? And only you can answer that, but avoiding it, I don't think is helping. Okay, Sagittarius, be you, be free. Explore that part of yourself and let it out, let it live. All right, Sagittarius. Next we have Capricorn. All right. Capricorn, got a couple things coming through. Health and partnerships, for sure. Drinking as another, okay? Capricorn, I'm really drawn to the cups here in the Two of Cups, okay? So your health as it relates to alcohol, maybe something that you've been focusing on lately. You may be not drinking as much. You may be drinking water. You may be more water. You may be looking into copper mugs, metal mugs, and different ways of making your water intake be something special and something related to your health. So this very much feels like the things that you are consuming are on your mind right now. So you might be embarking on a new diet. You might be fasting. You might be giving up alcohol. You might be incorporating water and fruit juice and things like that into your life. So it just feels like, Capricorn, you are, dealing with either consuming a lot of things or paying attention to what it is that you are consuming. For whatever reason, this is related to your health, but also maybe to your partnerships. So some of you might be in partnerships where you've been drinking together. You might be going out on dates and doing a lot of drinking. I know the drinking thing is coming through pretty strongly. So yeah, you might be going on dates or hanging out with people or in some way interacting with others that is causing you to consume things, or just bringing your attention to like what you are consuming. What are you offering people around you, and what are they offering you, and what are you taking in, and how is that impacting your relationships and your health? That is a focus for you in this new moon in Aries. You might want to start fresh and start over, either by eliminating something from your diet or your lifestyle, or calling it in to your lifestyle. So this might be getting rid of somebody who doesn't support you in your attempts to change. Like they might have their vices and you can't shake them. Or this might be calling in somebody who can offer you some assistance with that, like a personal trainer or a therapist, some type of guru, who can help you and offer you something better. This very much feels like the exchange here is important. And obviously there are different Capricorns in the room. So for some of you, the exchange might be something you need to cut out in order to preserve your health. Or for some of you, it might be some relationship you need to foster. But your health and relationships are related to these things that you are consuming and exchanging. So if you are a Capricorn and you're not feeling your best, you might want to turn your attention to your health, your diet, what you're consuming, especially on the liquid side, because that might be kind of an easy way to address it. And please be open to receiving it. So if you are consuming things that are not good for you, I know it may not be fun to hear that you should cut it out, but it doesn't have to be forever. You might want to take a break for this moon phase. Focus on your well-being, healthy partnerships. Especially considering that the next eclipse is in Libra, and Libra is all about partnerships. And so ending partnerships is a heavy theme for the full moon eclipse. So that's 2 weeks from now, so reevaluating your partnerships and asking yourself whether or not they are healthy, whether or not they're contributing to your overall well-being. Might be the theme for you for the next couple of weeks, Capricorn. Big oof. You're welcome, Lauren. Be open to receiving it. Aquarius. I don't have any calls or text messages from the shop, so I am trusting that my shop witch is in place. Okay, Aquarius. I felt like pulling 2 cards for you, and I see why. All right, Aquarius. So we have the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, and I felt like I needed to pull a second card, and the 2 of Pentacles came up, okay? So financial issues for you, on the surface, financial, right? Some of you, Aquarius, feels like with the 5 of Pentacles coming up in reverse, to me, that feels like a good energy in the sense that you're maybe realizing that your own mindset or your own behavior, your own role plays a part in you not having enough, quote unquote. Okay, so you might be going out, you might be spending a little frivolously on clothing, on makeup, on jewelry, on travel. You may be spending money on things that ultimately are not putting you in a position where you feel like you're building like a financial foundation and financial stability. You might have coin in the moment, but then you turn around and you're like, I'm riddled with debt, or I have bad credit, or I don't have any savings in the bank. Like, that terrible statistic they say most Americans are a $400 emergency away from like bankruptcy. Because we're all living so close to what we're making. That feels very heavy for you, Aquarius, on the financial end. So I think you're realizing that though, and you're trying to figure out how to balance your financial situation with the life that you live, because there are things going on in your life that are out of your control, right? Capitalism you can't control, right? Like there are things happening in the financial markets and in the financial world that are outside of your control, and you're kind of doing your best to try to navigate them while not denying yourself the pleasures and the things that you enjoy, the things you like to indulge in. That's going to be a theme for this new moon for you. So being that we have all of this energy of starting fresh and starting over, you might really benefit from setting up some type of a budget to stick to, or making a plan for yourself to analyze your finances in some way. Maybe you need to find a credit repair person. Okay, maybe you need to open up a savings account. Maybe you need to do one of those like mint apps or whatever that like takes your money for you or what have you. But you need to pay some attention to the foundations of your finances so that you can be more balanced, because the way you're going about it maybe isn't so great. For some Aquariuses, this is not about money. This is about self-worth and value. So it's not about coins and dollars. It's more about value. And so you are starting to realize the ways maybe in which you may have sold yourself a little bit short and haven't really fully embraced all that you are worth and all that you are worthy of. Okay. And so the next couple of weeks will be a good time for you to try to call that balance back into your life, recognizing that you are worthy of things as well. And so therefore, when you are interacting with people, whatever your circumstances are, there should be an even exchange. Okay, you are valuable too. Your time is valuable too. The things you make, the things you work on are valuable too. So as much as you are willing to give to others, they should be willing to give to you as well. And if you are struggling with your sense of worth or value, you might not set up those boundaries and insist that you be compensated. And so this might be a good time for you to work on that. Look at the areas in your life where maybe you're getting the short end of the stick, or where you're taking less than your worth. And how can you address that? You might be charging too little, or you might be giving away too much. And so it's time to ask yourself, am I charging this amount, or am I giving away this amount because I genuinely think this is the value of what I offer? Or am I just maybe afraid to say it's worth this? Because I don't fully believe it yet. You know what I mean? Okay, Aquarius. Pisces. Regina, that's you. I feel you. That's a challenge for all of us. We live in a world that tells us from day one that we're not worthy, we're not worth enough. We have this capitalistic society that emphasizes all of these other attributes, like how much money is in the bank, or your address, and all of these things. And so self-worth is a constant battle. We literally come into this world with everyone telling us why we need to be different, why just as we are is not good enough. So you are not alone. To make it to adult life and truly, fully embrace your value and your worth and stand by it, that's like a miracle. If a person's able to do that without having to think about it, that's amazing. Yes, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If there are any Pisces in the building, say what's up. Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is your new moon message. Pisces. Whenever I see this card, I always say, okay, mama. Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, she's my ultimate mama. She is a powerhouse and is really a boss. She gets it done. So it feels like, Pisces, you are stepping into this part of yourself, or wanting to embrace this part of yourself, which is really, really beautiful. Your energy, Pisces, is often a lot softer, a lot more watery and emotional. And the energy with the Queen of Pentacles is very grounded, very solid. She sits on this stone throne, feet flat on the bare ground. She is rooted in the earth. So you might be doing some grounding work. You might be learning how to ground yourself, learning how to meditate and do different grounding techniques to help you be really present in your body and to really connect with the earth. You might be getting outside and doing that out in nature. And if you are not, I would really encourage it, because it feels like, Pisces, sometimes your wateriness can get the best of you and your emotions really can take over. Okay. And grounding yourself deep in the earth. I did this the other day and it was amazing. I just went out to my park and sat at my favorite tree and I just sat. I just sat out on the ground. I didn't bring a blanket. It was fine. I can wash my clothes. I just sat down and just let the roots hug me. And I just leaned back and I just sat there for like an hour and a half, and just felt myself in the earth, connected to that tree, and not so up in my head, not so up in space, not thinking about tomorrow, not thinking about 15 minutes from now, just being present. Okay. And so this would really help you, Pisces. I would cultivate this energy over the next couple of weeks. For some of you, you may have already been pulled into this, like I said, so you may have already been meditating, grounding, going out into nature. But if you're feeling a little bit off, or you're wondering how you can make this new moon in Aries really pay off for you, I would get out into nature and I would sit in the ground and ground myself and work on just being present and not so, you know, overwhelmed by your own emotions. You can control your emotions. Emotions are not real. They're illusions, they're chemical responses, they're not real things, and you can gain control of them. Grounding is one of the best ways for you to do that. There's also a mother element here. So some of you, Pisces, may just have some mother issues coming up, whether you are a mother and you're wondering how to be a better mother. Am I a good mother? Am I providing enough? Am I doing enough? You might be dealing with things with your own mother wounds and mother issues, perhaps mothers that did not provide or did not show up for you, and you're sort of reevaluating what it means to be that type of stable, strong, reliable, dependable type of energy. You know, if you didn't have that as a role model, if your mother was not like that, it may be hard for you to do that now. And I'm talking to everybody, no matter what your gender is. We all need to mother ourselves. We all need to father ourselves. And if we have children or other people in our lives, we may need to mother and father them in some regards. And if we didn't get good examples or have good role models of what that looks like, we might struggle with that, right? So if you have mother wounds that haven't been addressed and your mother was reliable, or you just weren't well mothered in your lifetime, you may now be figuring out how to do that for other people, and that's beautiful, you know, and how to do it for yourself. Okay, you've been sitting by the lake and ground. Yes, I will continue to do that. That's really going to help. Oh, I'm glad this message resonates, Lauren. Sometimes it's hard. Be open to receive it. Be open to receive it. Aries. Ready, my Aries. Any Aries in the building? Sun, moon, or rising? Oh, I just saw you're spitting fire today, Lauren. Thank you. It's all spirit. I just get to do the talking. Oh no, I have hiccups. Hold on, Aries. So every time, if you have the hiccups, you want to get your diaphragm to stop contracting. You want to sit up straight, at the same time relax. A little counterintuitive, but you want good posture. You want to relax. And take in a slow breath, hold it, and recite the Our Father prayer, nice and slow. And when you get to the end, release your breath slowly out through your mouth and begin breathing again. Get rid of your hiccups every time. Okay? All right. Aries. What is a soul? Oh, that's a great question, Valentonia. I don't have the time to get into my thoughts on that right now, but I recommend reading, what is the book called? By Watchman Nee. Somebody look it up for me. It's a big white book with red letters. And I can't quite recall the name, but it's written by Watchman Nee. And it's a deep dive into what is man and the parts of us, what is spirit, what is the soul, what is the body. And he talks about those different components, like from a biblical perspective. But the soul, according to the Bible, is what happens when the spirit meets the body. The soul is created. Aries. Okay. Yes, Aries. This doesn't surprise me at all. We just came out of Aries season, 2 new moons in Aries. I mean, you guys pretty much had some of the best energy you could think of in terms of being in alignment with you all, for really embracing this time of the year and using it to your advantage and letting it really start you over. We have the sun and we have the hangman in reverse. So this is just like beautiful, beautiful energy. Aries, it feels like you have really leveled up and gained some clarity about who you are and what you want to be in this life. You have a really different perspective. I feel like you may have been looking at yourself as the victim up until now, like this was done to me, woe is me, why am I in this situation, why am I being affected by these things? And it feels like that is out the window. You are seeing yourself more clearly than you ever have. You understand and know yourself a lot better, and you have a whole different perspective on what it is you are able to do in this lifetime and what you want to do in this lifetime. And on top of that clarity and perspective mentally, you actually have the opportunity or are taking the opportunity to embark on that newness. So you might have just decided to quit a job. You may have decided to move. You may have, in some way decided to shift where you are, because you realized that where you were previously was maybe not conducive. It was maybe kind of keeping you stuck in place. It was kind of keeping you stagnant. And now you have a lot more clarity and also the energy to take action and change direction. And this is making your inner child smile. This is making the deep parts of yourself that have not up until now maybe gotten all that it needs. It's getting a lot of nourishment. It's getting a lot of attention. You're letting yourself embrace who you really are, but also at the same time, who you really are has changed and has leveled up, which is fantastic. Go Aries. And what's so interesting is I'm surrounded by lots of Aries people, my mom, my sister, my niece, my best friend. So Aries all over the place. And my sister and I have been having kind of a difficult last 6 months or year or so. My mom's getting older and needing medical care, and that can often cause drama and stress within your family. Everybody means well. Everybody's trying to be loving, but has different ideas about how things should be going on. And so I haven't really been speaking to my sister very much, honestly, since last year because she was just not in a good place and it was causing me too much stress and anxiety. And out of nowhere, yesterday, she texted me and was like, "Can we talk?" So I don't know exactly what she wants to talk about. I don't know if it's our relationship or something else. But I find it very interesting that all of a sudden she wants to talk. And it looks like Aries right now is really feeling like they've matured, they've leveled up, and they are knowing more about themselves than they did before. Yay! That's our shop with Chelsea texting to say we're open. Woohoo! 11:03, not bad. Not bad. You guys, I cannot tell you how it feels to have the shop open and not physically be there. Not that I don't want to be there. I'm going to be there all day. I was there for 11 hours yesterday, but it just feels really good to have help. Gemini. Yeah, Lauren, you can call that in. That's why we draw down the moon. You can call that in. So if you want that energy for yourself, that's what's happening in the ethers. Call that in for yourself. Call in that sun energy. Call in that clarity. I have a video on here called Drawing Down the Moon that teaches you how to call that divine feminine energy in whatever state it's in based on the moon sign, into water that you can consume, that you can bathe with. You can really embody that energy for yourself. Everything that's happening in the universe is available to us. Yeah, it definitely does, Ginger. Definitely does. Gemini. Okay. Well, Gemini. I'll pull a second card for you too. Oh, okay. Well. Hey. The first card was pretty clear. I pulled the second card to clarify it and basically just like repeated itself. All right. So Gemini, yes. Okay, Queen of Wands and the Empress here. This feels really good, Gemini. Really, really good. This feels like whatever you're going through at this stage in your life, you are really owning it. You are owning it. You are embracing it. This feels very solitary. This has nothing to do with anybody else. This is very much a personal dive into your divine feminine nature, your manifesting nature, your creating nature. All right. Nothing to do with gender. Again, when I say divine feminine, when I say your creating nature, we all have both of this within us. We have our divine feminine, our divine masculine. So regardless of how you identify, your divine feminine is really on and popping right now. Gemini, you are in your element. You might feel yourself wanting to get out and socialize. The weather is changing, so you might really be feeling like it's time to go shopping. It's time to get pretty. It's time to connect with people and socialize. The Queen of Wands is a social butterfly. The Empress is a social butterfly. They're always surrounded by animals and plants and all these things that are alive. They're giving lots of breath to stuff. So you're just in a really good space right now, Gemini. And this new moon in Aries is really kind of kicking that energy off for you, which is really, really cool. You have the opportunity to create something. I don't know what the hell you're working on, but you're doing it. Okay. So keep going. Some of you might actually be using magic to make this happen, which is fantastic. I'd love to hear it. Okay. There's lots of witches in the room, so that doesn't surprise me. But some of you are really getting into your witchy bag, into your goddess bag, into your cauldron bag, and really manifesting and creating things for yourself and realizing that you have that capability. You have that ability, and you're just getting real deep into making it happen. For some of you, it won't be magical. It will be more of a creatrix thing. So it might be physical, as in being pregnant, like you might be literally creating a baby. Queen of Wands and the Empress together. I wouldn't be too surprised about that. If you are making babies for yourself or, for someone else even, maybe you're casting to bring fertility and abundance and replication, reproduction into your life or the lives of somebody else. So it might be happening on that level, but you might also be literally like creating something in the magical sense of manifesting and visualizing and turning things in. The Queen of Wands is a witch. The Empress is very witchy. She's very much a creator. She's connected to nature and the earth elements. So this very much feels like you getting into your magical bag and doing some casting, calling on the goddess, connecting with different goddesses or female spirits in your spiritual court, and getting it done, casting some glamour spells. Okay. Yes. Go Gemini. Anytime is a good time to do a self-healing ritual, dear. Anytime is a good time to do anything. Remember that correspondences are simply things we do to stack the energy in our favor. And yes, Taurus next. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Ginger Snap is a Taurus. Black Women Stand Up is a Taurus rising. Okay. This happens all the time, right? We get a lot of repeated cards because we're all feeling the same energy. So the sun keeps coming out. I feel like that happened last time as well. Okay, Taurus. So this is very interesting. You have the sun in the reverse and the moon in the upright. I pulled the sun in reverse first, and then I felt like I needed some clarification. So I pulled another card, and we have the moon in the upright. So interestingly for you, I wonder if the eclipse maybe is kind of impacting you significantly, because that feels relevant here. This feels like eclipse energy. The thing about the eclipses, we have these two eclipses happening, and they're back to back. And the first eclipse is here to end things, right? And then the next eclipse is here. Well, I guess they're both kind of, the whole period from one to the next is like endings and beginnings, to me. Like this new moon in Aries is like about a new start and starting new and starting fresh. And then the full moon Libra eclipse feels more like an ending. So it almost sort of feels like, you know how sometimes, like, if you have a full closet, right, and you want to buy more clothes, you need to empty out stuff from the closet in order to make room for the new stuff. That's what's happening in your life right now, Taurus. Things are ending, but they are ending specifically in order to make room for new things. So you might be particularly focused on the new things right now, but be mindful that the new things that you're calling in right now, like if you set an intention for something new for this new moon, there are going to be some things in your life that are going to have to end in order to actually make space for that. So be mindful when you're asking and claiming that you want a new beginning. Are you willing to see other things in your life that you may have gotten codependent on or used to going away? Because that's going to be necessary in order to make the space that you need for the new. All right, so you're cultivating the new right now, but it almost feels like Spirit is saying, where are we going to put this? Where are we going to put this? You're trying so hard to start this new thing or develop this new thing or try this new thing, but it's 11:11. But do you have the time to actually do this new thing? Or do you have space in your life for this new thing? That needs to be worked out. I think that's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks, and that might feel a little bit bumpy for you. Okay, but it's not a tower moment so much, but it is definitely going to be leading you up into an ending. Okay, so the new things that you are cultivating this new moon today, the next couple of days, this past week, are wonderful. They are coming to be, but they are going to result in some things needing to end. And it just might not be clear right now exactly what those things are. So I would just say be prepared to let go of whatever it is. When it feels like something over the next couple of weeks is ending, whether it's a relationship or a situation, you find out that you're being evicted, whatever, there's an end date coming. Don't panic. Don't freak out. This ending is specifically needed in order to make space for the new thing that you are calling in your life. So in many ways, you asked for it. So when the ending comes, don't be shocked. Don't let it throw you off your path. Don't let it fill you with doubt. It's what you asked for. Some things are going to have to end in order for you to have room for the new stuff. Okay. Cancer. Cancer. Sun in reverse keeps coming up for you. Message received. Good. These messages resonate with you guys. You can always leave a super chat. And if you are watching this video on replay, you can always leave a super thanks. Everything that you leave is going towards the HQ online portal and our new Coven community home. So I thank you so much. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Mary Ann is a Cancer sun. Beautiful. Welcome, Mary Ann. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Thank you, Lauren. Everyone's getting double cards today. Cancer. Cancer, I feel the need to kind of caution you against potentially overlooking or missing out on some opportunities here. I usually like to say, what's for you is never going to miss you, but that's not always true. I like to say that shit, but that's not always true. Sometimes you fuck up and you miss your mark. Don't do that, Cancer, because it feels like there's a really good, that energy is definitely living here. Thank you, Ginger Snap. Thank you, Lauren. Blessed be. I appreciate you. Oh, I like all the zodiacs in the bottom. 333, yes. Yeah, so with the Ace of Swords coming up in the reverse and then being flanked by the Five of Pentacles, I feel like, if you tell yourself it's too good to be true, it can't really be that easy, this can't really be for me, then guess what? It's not going to be. It's going to be. Sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot with that negative thinking, with those negative thought forms. You know what I'm saying? One of my friend did this the other day. We were on the phone, and he borrowed some money, and not happily, didn't want to, didn't even want to borrow money, right? Borrowed some money, and was telling me that he was going to pay it back. And he said something like, I'm going to get it right back to you. And then he was like, all right, you know what? No, let me be honest. I'm not going to be able to get it back to you like in that amount of time or whatever. And I immediately was like, why did you say that? Like, why did you say that? And he was like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, the minute you said you're not going to be able to do it, guess what? That's exactly what became the truth. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? If your intention is, I'm going to pay you back, I will, I do, I have the money to pay you back, state that statement and go with it. Don't say it and then immediately tell yourself all the reasons why not. That's what this energy is here. It's like you have ideas, you may be presented with opportunities, you may have avenues that you can take advantage of, but almost as soon as you get excited about it, you're telling yourself all the reasons why not, and telling yourself all the reasons why no, it's too good to be true. I'm not sure. This can't be, and it's not helping, because I see you walking away from opportunities out there. Now, not every opportunity is a good one. Of course, there are scammers out there. There are people who don't have your best interest at heart. This Ace of Swords is coming up in the reverse. So there is something about this opportunity that maybe needs to be reconsidered or reevaluated. But we're in a Mercury retrograde, so that seems normal to me. I wouldn't panic about that. I would just say, don't sign on the dotted line until you have somebody look things over. You might need a lawyer or a second opinion, someone else to look things over before you agree to it. But don't just write it off as too good to be true, or this is not going to work, or whatever, because you really could be walking away from a good opportunity that just needs a little bit of due diligence on your part to make sure that there aren't any sneaky issues with the opportunity. But as the opportunity stands, take advantage of what comes to you in the next couple of weeks, and don't doubt yourself or second guess. Having a second opinion, getting a second opinion is not the same thing as second guessing. Okay? Those are two different things. When we second guess ourselves, we talk ourselves out of things. When we get second opinions, we are still committed to the thing. We are just making sure that we do it right, or do it as best we can. That's not the same as second guessing, which typically leads us to not going for something and making decisions out of fear and doubt. Whereas getting a second opinion lets us make decisions with more certainty and confidence, the opposite of fear and doubt. Okay, so getting a second opinion is not the same as second guessing. So don't second guess the opportunity, but do get a second opinion. All right, Cancer. Pray that helps and resonates. Leo, mighty, mighty Leo. What is the message for Leo? I guess we're all getting 2 cards now. Okay, Leo, this eclipse is definitely coming through for you as well. Leo's the building, yes. Fire in the house. Hi, Mary. Leo Sun. I'm a Leo Sun as well. Cynthia, Leo Moon. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so the eclipse is definitely coming through here with the 8 of Pentacles. I don't know if these are supposed to be eclipses in the tarot cards, where they have like the moon and the sun at the same time. I actually don't know, but that's how I interpret them. They come up to me very much as an eclipse situation. And the whole new beginning, ending theme is very strong for you, Leo, for this eclipse season. Like, wow, super, super strong for you. You are definitely moving away from something, whether it's a relationship, a physical environment, or a job, a commitment that you maybe previously have made. You are walking away from it. It did not come to fruition the way that you had hoped. You had to accept that, and now is the time to move away from it. It feels like all that can be done has been done, and the only thing to do now is to move forward. And kind of similar to what I said to Cancer, we have this new moon with an eclipse in Aries today, and we have a full moon with an eclipse in Libra in a couple of weeks. And so we have this perfect storm for new things to come into your life simultaneously, as old things that you no longer have room for have to leave your life. And it feels like there's quite a bit. This might be a lot. Like you might be getting ready to walk away from something big, like a house you own, or a very huge salary, or a marriage, something that is very committed, that was very involved, that was very significant in your life, that you're very emotionally attached to. And now it's time to say, I have to literally leave all these things where they are and go on about my business. I may not, at the beginning, we started off the readings with, who did we start off with? Libra. I think Libra was running off into the night with the swords in her hand, not the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is leaving empty handed. The Eight of Cups is making it out with their stick so that they can make it out of there. And that's about it. They are leaving everything behind. So you may be having to literally contemplate leaving everything behind in order to start over. That's a big transition for you, Leo, okay? But also feel like you're ready for it, because with it being the Eight of Cups, this is not major arcana energy. So even though it's a big decision and it's a big transition, it doesn't feel like it's actually going to change your life that much. It really feels more like it's kind of like a mental thing almost, or an emotional thing, I guess I would say. It's a decision that you need to make emotionally, that like, I'm done with this. Not so much that your whole life is going to be shaken up, but that you need to emotionally part. And there's also an element of temporariness too. Yeah, Lauren, the Eight of Cups for me, I always say, is like a turnstile rather than a door. It's not the closing of a door type of energy, but it is a, I'm going this way now, and things might bring me back this way, but for now I'm going this way, and it has to be a choice, and it's an emotional one, and it's one you have to make for yourself. And the Ace of Pentacles is the card that actually came up first. And so here we have this message of opportunities, and again, also kind of heads up that whatever this transition is there is going to be some financial loss, some loss of income, loss of property, loss of something like that in this transition. So you may have to take a cut, you may have to lose, on a property and not get most money if you're selling your house, things like that. You are going to sustain some type of property loss or financial loss as a result of this walking away. Okay, and that's playing out over the next couple of weeks. An unexpected, temporary, big change, but accepting everything. Yeah. Yeah, and it's probably costing some coin, fortunately. And Virgo is our last sign. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. Yep, yeah. Felt like it was going to be a costly transition. Virgo, your new moon in Aries message. Okay. Okay. So Virgo, here we have the Justice card in the reverse coming up first. And the very first thing I felt was this energy of the full moon with the eclipse in Libra. Okay, so ending relationships or somehow evaluating the nature of relationships really feels like a theme for you, Libra. What is fair? Is this fair? Is this fair that I'm in this situation? I just keep hearing, is this fair? Is this fair? Is this fair? Virgo. And there is a serious question about whether or not it is, and whether or not it would be better for you to go, and whether or not a different environment would be a better place for you. And I talked a little bit at the beginning about how these two eclipses for a lot of us is going to be a time of forging our own way, finding our independence, getting out of codependent relationships. There seems like there's a very heavy energy of that right here, where there's some type of codependency, or you may be dependent on others who call the shots, who get to make the decisions. And it feels very much like you were taking that power back for yourself and no longer allowing others to be the judge, allowing others to make the decision. You are contemplating embarking out on your own and you calling the shots, you being the judge. It feels a little unfair that you might be tied to a physical circumstance or situation right now. And you feel like you know what this feels like? This feels like a single dad that doesn't want to be a dad kind of energy, you know? It feels like this isn't fair. I didn't ask for this. I didn't want a kid. And now I'm stuck in the house. I'm stuck in this relationship. I'm stuck with this child or this person. And I never really wanted this. And it's become my norm. And I've become dependent on it. And I've become so used to this being like my life. But I know that I want something different. And I just don't even know how to get the heck up out of here. But I literally think about doing anything and everything else. Like it's not fair that I have to be here, and I'm thinking about other things. And this new moon in Aries is an energy that you can use to start to plant the seeds of what that looks like and how to make that happen, because it feels like you can't really see right now exactly how to get there. And you might want to just simply state that you are going to be there, that you are there, and not worry so much. You know, Virgo likes to analyze, likes to plan and organize. And so if you are trying to escape, Virgo is going to sit there trying to plan the perfect escape instead of just getting the fuck out of there. You know, so that's what this energy is. Rather than focusing on how you're going to get out, put your energy into simply stating that you are out of there and let the universe assist you with that. Okay, you don't always have to figure out the details. Your job is to create the vision and hold it clear in your mind. And how you get there will begin to reveal itself. But you definitely want to go. Okay. And you want to go because you're not being celebrated, you're not being praised, you're not being honored. The things that you are accomplishing, the things that you are capable of, they're just not being recognized by the people around you. So it's like, why am I here? I feel like I put a lot of effort and energy into making this thing work. And I've become very comfortable and very used to it. And when I look around, I realize that I'm not getting what I need out of it really at all. And I want to go. And you definitely can. But trying to figure out how to get there might be holding you back. See if you can focus more on the vision of going and worry less about how you're going to get there. Trust and faith that you will if you keep the vision clear. All right, Virgo. 11:30. Okay, not bad. I was like, I think I'm going to be 30 minutes behind because of the technical issues and then our little unboxing. So we're right on time. All right, Virgo, that was your message. Those are the zodiac messages for all 12 zodiac signs for this new moon in Aries. I pray that they resonated with you. If they did, the best way to let me know that is with a super chat. It makes all of this possible. If you're watching this on the replay, then you can leave a super thanks as well. And if you want to book a private reading with me, become a part of the Coven community, learn more ways in which you can support the BronxWitch HQ shop that we've opened here in the Bronx, or me directly, absolutely everything is at bronxwitch.com. Check it out. All right, guys. While I am delighted that Chelsea has opened up the shop successfully without me, I'm having a little bit of a panic attack inside because I do not really spend time outside of the shop while it's open. I'm still very much getting used to the idea, and I need to get over there because the online portal drops at 4:20, and I'm still making final touches and prettying things up and making more things available. for you guys before then. So I've got to get all that done. And if you are a part of the online Coven community, we will be going live together for the first time from within the Coven community on Zoom at 4:30 p.m. So after everything drops, all the classes, everything drops, meet me inside of the online Coven community. I'm going to say hi to everybody. There's, I think, 106 people last I checked who have enrolled in the online portal, and like 55 people who have enrolled specifically in the Coven community. So there could be a lot of us tuning in. So come and say hi to everybody, introduce yourselves, and I'm going to give you a little tour of the online portal as well. So if you just signed up and you're like, I'm here, but I don't know what everything is, I'm going to give you a tour of the online portal and of the Coven community so you know where everything is. So come and take a look at our new home, okay? Thank you, Lauren. You have a great day as well. Don't forget to like this video on your way out, guys. You can share it with people if you feel like they would, resonate with some of the messages or would enjoy receiving a message for this new moon in Aries. Happy 420 to everyone who is celebrating. You guys know I'm on a sadhana, so no THC for me, but I will definitely be indulging in some of the CBD and CBG treats that were shared with me by Running Press and Sophie St. Thomas. So thank you so much to them. Congratulations, Sophie, on the drop of your new book, BetterWitch. Very, very happy to get a copy. Everybody grab yours. Yes. Happy 420, everybody. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. See you Coven members over in the new Coven home. Let me show you around our new spot. And everybody else, have a really beautiful day and happy new moon. See you next time. Blessed be.